Kwazipanga nthawi yaita ine kuzipanga master. Sizofuna sokona so nthawi iso.
Sizofunika sokona uka.
Madam. Kuchita kuyandama kuti
yangopita mwina mwake straight.
Ndiye ndisanayambe kupanga present za revise SOPs pali chifukwa chimene ma SOPs yo apangidwira revise. Palibe see the vision yoti changing the whole SOP, koma it's just some bits. Choyambirira cheni last year kunabwera ma assessors, and those assessors identified some few flaws zimene timapanga anati pangisa non-conformance yonena kuti timagwisa ntchito alcohol swab opanga phlebotomy. Kunokoso anaipeza imeneyo, koma ku donor department they captured that, and maybe they may not have found it here, koma chochote anaipeza kuti ku blantyre then ataenda mafingers mose anapeza kuti tikupanga chimodzi pamapeto anatemba non-conformance kuti timapanga chani ndi alcohol swab. You agree with me anthu ena maskini awa makhala akuda oloka alcohol swab kachoka panga kama chito kukhalira athu nditu black right. Nde ananenano kuti the current trend anthu timayendekera kugwisa ntchito iodine, povidone iodine uchayi for phlebotomy site. Ndi atachipangira non-conformance ija we were thinking of ways kunena kuti tisinthe tiyambe kupangira chani iodine, and that's what they recommended. Koma chifukwa cha zovuta zina we took long to implement that. Is this why we are still exploring kuti tiyambe kugula iodine kachanchani. Kunabwera so chani study ina yake imene munthu ina waka anapanga, I think the one of anthu akufuhisa anatenga mapayints athu amagazi kuyesa. Ata yesa I think study yake abafuna kupanga identify ma bacteria magazimo contamination. Mapayints amene anapanga I think kanali 122 pints. Mapayints of course it was a big child. Anatenga magazi ya kuzomba Central Hospital ndi kukambu Central Hospital. Anapeza kuti magazi wanali contaminated the bacteria. Koma ma donors ma patients wanatakulandira bwino I think they anapanga withstand bwino already. Anabweresaso and anapanga plan kuti abwera kuzati kutani kuzapanga presentation. Tinakhalakhala kunabweraso kunoko complaint onena kuti most of the donors kukambu Central huko anamazapanga react nthawi ina yake. Ndege nako we said I think it's long overdue. If you are donor, let us do our part. Tipange part yathu yo pangirano kuti tone kuti tipanga resolve bwanji non-conformance imene kuti zikamachitika tisazapangise lwese blame kunena nokuti mwina ndijani ndi contamination yakupangidwa at the point of kutenga magazi as it was identified by the assessor. Ndiye tinapanga revise SOP yathu imodzi. Ndiyeno on this SOP panali zinthu ziwiri zimene zinapangidwa identify potenga using alcohol swab. Komanso panapezeka kunenano kuti ma blood bags athu amakhala ndi pochi. Si tinaona ma blood bags athu mena amabwerera amabwera ndi kapochi ka blood bag kakang'ono. We are not sitimagwisa ntchito ka blood bag kamene kaja. So it was also said kunena kuti that could be the source also of contamination. Potenga ma specimen paja timatenga specimen kusiya komweko kukayika pachani pa stripping paja kali komweko then ozatenga kuzapanga strip chani. So there were several when ananena kunena kuti this pouch is specifically put on that bag to prevent infection and to prevent backflow of magazi. So you are not using and to in all the centers mena anapita nabizo kuti mapocha sitimagwirisa ntchito. So we have included use of the pouch, the use of iodine solution instead of alcohol swab when you're doing phlebotomy. Those are just the two major changes which have been made in this SOP. Ndiye tikachoka pano tizapangaso to demonstrate how this is being done. Nothing more has been changed apart from inclusion of iodine solution when doing phlebotomy and collecting specimen samples through the pouch. When you are connecting, ndekuti akaka waseka right? Iyi clamp iyi imanikira kuti izikhala nokuti yasekedwa right? And the normal cases apaso wakhala pochola apa ndekuti mwina ukhala nokuti usakatani usanatiro. Then you connect what donor. When you connect ukuku ukhala kutsegula ukuku. When you see that the vein is usually you open the pouch and close ukuku. So you collect about 15 mils of blood in this. This is enough to the specimen. Then you clamp it. After clamping this, you can then you then you get your time, you get your specimen bottles. Then you gas. What's the example? Just 15 mils or 10 mils. I think 5 mils, 5 mils. Approximately 10 mils. With time, so with time you know you clamp. And then specimen bottles. Make sure when you are collecting blood from this, filled with blood, so that and then you push in the specimen bottle while the lower part is filled with blood. Because what is happening here, specimen bottle, there is vacuum. So when you press here, this vacuum is released, it is sucking in blood. But when blood it will suck air. Then you find so make sure that this is closed. As you are applying, releasing the vacuum from the specimen bottle, you are sucking in blood. Then once the vacuum is out, already magazine at least 5 mils has been collected in the specimen bottle, you remove it. And then you put in another specimen bottle. The best for you is to start with the paper dough. Because as you can see, so you want to keep this blood within a very short time. You collect blue top so start with the paper top, you collect, and then you do the same with the red top. You close it. Then the infection is tricky, right? And so you close it. That's not then after ukamaliza dona uchosa needle it. Ndiye nako release it. Needle it yabisika. Then you strike those as a tape. Then when you striping, you will remove all this. Then this goes. And goodness, if you collect 530 mils in this, way, there will be no changes. Risk of contamination is also reduced. Because if there is only no to take the specimen, you no backflow. So this is what is happening. So we use iodine for cleaning the manufacturer site, and we use a pouch to collect the specimen. Yeah. So meanwhile, the tube to the main bag is clamped. It should be clamped, and the tube to the the small. Yeah. This should be open. Then using iodine solution, you clean in a circular movement, circular movement from inside out. Yes, and then you discard it. You wait for it to dry. Don't blow, So ababa, it's very important not to wet the ujin one bit.
And you said why iodine and not the one we are using at first?
The alcohol swabs that we've been using in the past, they were very tiny, and in some instances the manufacturer site was like dirty and one swab was not enough. So that's as a way of preventing infection, and in line with the standards, we are trying to comply with the standards.
The mineral sensitive, what will happen?
Mineral sensitive, of course, sometimes it's good to ask if they are sensitive to iodine. If they are sensitive, we can still go back to alcohol swab. But those who are not sensitive, we go ahead. And that is also very important to have regular donors, because if he is a regular donor and he reacts, next time when he comes, he will say, last time when we did this, this is what happened. Yeah, that's why it is also very important to ask our donors, the previous donation, did you experience anything? So if they say no, that time I had a reaction on my benefactor site, then that is a cause of alarm. Yeah. And that's why it is also important after blood donation, you explain everything to the donor and to tell them to come up if they experience anything which is like a reaction or anything, any problem. For my baba, it's because we're just starting. Let's keep observing it. If we hear a lot of complaints, then we may see the way forward. And that's what I just yeah. So now that looks good, it has dried. You can go ahead. As usual, it's the normal venipuncture, and the minimum make sure that your hands are clean, because touching it again, you may end up infecting it, then we are not achieving the intended purpose. Yeah. So if you have disinfected it, just go ahead, do a straight venipuncture the way we always do it, the bevel of the needle facing. Yeah. As you can see, blood is going into the receiving portion, like this. Then you observe it. Don't collect too much and don't collect more. Yeah, yeah. You can lift it to see. Yeah, that should be enough. And then you clamp. As the blood is flowing in here, you strap with it. You strap it fast, and you let the donor break that. You should be doing it when right? And considering that there's no anticoagulant here, right? So you also have to collect it first in the paper top, because there's no anticoagulant here, but you want a sample which is not clotted there, so you start with the paper one.
No need of
squishing, because the blood will be coming out on its own, because there is a vacuum in the tube here. So immediately you puncture in, this vacuum will be released and blood will come in. And it's very important to keep the level of the blood like this, so that you don't suck in air once the vacuum is. So remove it, and get the red one. When you are breaking the vacuum, make sure that it's like that. See? And then you clamp it, you close it, then you are done this side. So you see the importance of collecting just enough, So if you collect Zambig, then you end up discarding. So it's important just to collect enough. And then you let it go in. Shaking as usual.
Mm-hmm.